playground politics. There is old Donnie Trump, President-elect of the United States, and Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexico president, playing they were in the playground, playing politics, or something like that. Well, Donnie goes up to Claudia, and he grabs her by the pussy. And Claudia shouts, she screams, she does, at the top of her voice. A teacher, a Donnie, he grabbed me by the pussy. Well, the teacher responds, quickly, and with force. Well, send him to Bangkok then. What film reference was that? Anyway, I have to admit, I am quite impressed with the Mexico president, and though she did not bang a cock. They didn't bang anything whatsoever. She made an announcement in response to Donald Trump's tariffs. Yeah, obviously I just made that last bit up. But anyway, she's rebuked Trump, and she does appear to be quite a strong leader. It's about somebody. It's about time somebody. I'll get my words out in a minute. About time somebody actually held him to task, really, because he's just. The problem with Donald Trump is he thinks that he is clever, and he's not clever. He thinks he is the Messiah, but he's not the Messiah. He's just a naughty little boy. Spoilt rotten all his life. Got everything that he wanted all his life. Ripped off his own family. He's not a real man. No. And apparently he's got a tiny wiener and titchy hands that he has. Anyway, before I get into it, we'd be most kind and boop the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel and tickle the or ring the bell, and then you'll get notified every time I upload another video. And if you've got a sport channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy a copy, and the links are down below. And yes, it's true that Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexico president, has rebuked Donnie Trump. Yes, she's retaliating with their own tariffs against Trump's tax threat. Well, they're going to counter them, effectively. It's going to cost an absolute fortune on both sides if this goes ahead. If Donald Trump can even get it, well, passed. Well, the fact is, nothing really cares about formalities, does he? He just does it, just writes a big old flipping signature or something, on a special kind, Make it happen, he'll say. The problem is he's put all these people in these places just to make it easy for them. It's going to be a disaster. Absolute disaster. So, yes, it's true. The Mexican president vows to retaliate with their own tariffs against Trump's tax threat. And she rebukes Trump's Trump. Oh, okay, that's an English thing. But anyway, it says that his plan would do nothing to stem the flow of migrants or drugs bound for the United States. Of course it's not. It's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. So he's basically threatening all these other countries. You do this, all right? Yeah, we will look at the tariffs, all right? You stop them coming in, and then we'll look at the tariffs. It's just not going to happen, is it? To be honest, the president of Mexico would find it very difficult, if not impossible, to stop the flow of migrants. They don't write to the president of Mexico, is it okay if we just cross the border, though, illegally? We're going to walk across and go for a hole in Donald Trump's fence, which is all rusting. Yeah. The one that Steve Bannon said he's going to build your money. In fact, they just put it in their back pocket. Well, Steve Bannon got away with that one, but his partners in crime end up in jail, didn't they? So yes, Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has rebuked Donald Trump's threat to impose steep tariffs on Mexico, arguing that the plan would do nothing to halt the flow of migrants or drugs bound for the US border, and vowing that Mexico would hit back with tariffs of its own. Now, the thing is, you see, we've tried this, and it doesn't work, all right? The Brexit, yes, when the United Kingdom put that cross in the wrong box to leave the European Union, and scuppered the motor trade. We've got Stellantis now in the United Kingdom saying, well, we're going to be shutting up shop, at least at one of their factories, car manufacturing factories, for Vauxhall. So they're going to bugger off as a result of Brexit. They won't say that, but that's exactly what it is. It's just too costly to do business now. Why is that? Well, before Brexit, they had a thing called just-in-time supply chain, just like you've got between the United States and Mexico. A just-in-time supply chain. They don't hold stock. As the stuff comes into the yard, it goes on to the cars straight away, within a couple of hours. They don't hold masses of stock in big warehouses and things like that, no. In fact, that's what had to happen in the United Kingdom. Now, Mini, for instance, those engines ended up going across the border about 6 to 7 times. Car components in the US go over to Mexico backwards and forwards up to 12 times. We're going to put the tariff every single time. It goes backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. That's just bonkers. Yeah, about 300%. And then if it's a retaliate, it's going to be like 600%. To and fro, to and fro, to and fro. It'll make it impossible for them to be able to function. The factories in the United States, in some cases Stellantis, in some cases General Motors, Ford Motor as well. They rely heavily on the current deal at the moment, and actually add more tariffs on. These factories were shut down. Car assembly lines in the United States were shut down. Products have become very difficult to get hold of because because they've shut down. It's just nuts. This whole thing is just nuts. It makes little or no sense whatsoever. Now, tariffs can work if they're done not on a global fashion, but if they're done, let's say, for instance, an argument's sake, let's say, for instance, you built Chryslers in the United States, okay? But they also building Chryslers, particularly the same model, in Mexico. Well, it makes sense to help the manufacturing in the United States. Your native countries, your native manufacturing plant. So then you'd apply tariffs on the imported versions of it, wouldn't you? That just makes sense. But no, they want to do it on everything. Just global tariffs on everything coming from Mexico. This is madness, because it's not just car parts. No, it's food. A considerable amount of your food comes from Mexico. Now, all your tomatoes come from Mexico. For argument's sake. You got bolognese sauces, don't you? Not from Italy. No. So even companies that are producing stuff, manufacturing stuff in the United States, are not going to be able to function because they won't be able to get the stuff they need, the ingredients to make your food. You'll see shortages on the shelves. You'll see shortages regarding diapers. Yes, Donny, Diaper Don. You won't be able to get your diapers. No. Then you obviously got the 60% tariff. I think it's another increase of around, the tariffs are quite high anyway already, what Donald Trump did last time. But they'll be up to even more, to 60%. Yet again, businesses in the United States that import products from China because, it's more cost effective to do so, are either going to shut down or they're just going to have to put the prices up for you. Then this will curb spending. Less people will spend. Less people will buy cars because it's just too expensive. Everything will become too expensive. So those cars won't be leaving the showrooms. Only to the rich buggers that can, throw money away. But most people don't like that. No. The banks will tighten up because they realise all the companies are going bankrupt and shutting down. So they know full well that your job isn't secure. So it's hard to get a loan. Credit card companies will be increasing their interest rates as well. Everything will become more expensive. It's madness. If he actually goes ahead with this, which he's made it clear on his Truth Social, it'll be on the day that he takes over office. Now, if you look here, Mexico is the United States' top trade partner now as of September, representing 15.8% of total trade. According to Rios, and a 25% tariff on Mexican goods would cost the United States $125 billion over the next 10 years, while costing its GDP between 0.5 and 0.74%. Well, such steep tariffs, what have you, it's the companies that are importing Mexican goods would probably undoubtedly have to either raise their prices or shut up shop. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It might be for those who still think the Earth is flat. It's not flat, it's a sphere, okay? It's round. An orbit round the sun. Like, stupid is that stupid, does you've got an education problem in the United States, and it's filtering down to the young, and their parents are brainwashing their kids into this sort of madness. That's why you got people like Donald Trump in power. Well, come January next year. It's mind blowing. It really is mind blowing. And you've ever seen similar problems here in the United States, here in France as well, with the rise of the right wing nut jobs? And they are. They have all these wonderful ideas, what they think are wonderful, and they don't think about the nuances of them. They just see it as just black and white, and it's not black and white. You'll just rob Peter pay balls, all that happen. There will be other stuff go wrong as a consequence to making rash decisions. Everything has to be thought out. Everything has to work. You have to work out everything, how all the other industries and healthcare, what have you, how it's all affected. Medications in the US, for instance, many of those are imported into the United States. Same with China. Many medications are actually made in China. You don't make these kind of decisions without providing alternatives. It's just madness. Absolute madness. Donald Trump isn't there for the good people of the United States. No. He's there for all the numpties that vote for him. And himself, primarily. All the numpties that voted for Donald Trump were just a useful tool. That's all they were. He said to you, he stood at that podium, and he said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. He told you. He told you. But you still voted for him. This is just madness. Sign of stupidity and being an idiot is, quite frankly, doing the same thing again and again and again. You're lost. You're a lost cause. You really are. Those of you who voted for Donald Trump, thinking that he was going to be your messiah. No, he's just a naughty little boy. He is. Anyway. Am I right? Please leave in the comments down below, but please boop the old like button, because it helps the channel, But also, get the little, bell. Give it a ring, will you? And then you'll get notified every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon, or you buy us a coffee. And the links are down below. And I just find this really sad. This is like the fall of the United States. It's not the land of the free. It's a land of over 50% dumb. And I don't mean condescending. I don't care. I just got to spout the truth, because I won't lie to you. For us who live, I'm in France. I live in France, and it's looking over the water towards you, or two waters for me. But I just find it sad. I really do. And I really feel for those who didn't vote for Donald Trump, because I can't imagine what's going through your heads at the moment. Fear. Fear. While the stupid people think it's great. But the stupid people think, oh, you're crying, because Donnie won. It's pathetic. These people are pathetic. And I think, for me, I'm past saying thought, oh yeah, we just got to bring them back on side. Nah, didn't any of that. These people are lost. We need to wait until the next generation of kids so we can actually teach them sense. Common sense, but it's no longer common. And the parents of these children who are currently all up for Donald Trump, well, they're quite frankly, their parents probably were as well. Apart from those whose families have become divided because of Donald Trump. He just promotes hate. And hate and division to the point that these people are brainwashed and there's no bringing them back. You might get the old foo, but that's about it. Won't be enough. Got the same problem in France, got the same problem in the United Kingdom. I think the only chance you guys have got in the United States is to have a coup. A coup d'etat. No, I'm not suggesting you do that, no. But, you know, so either suck it up and or leave. This is frightening. I think it's frightening. Frightening for us as well to see what's happening to the so-called, you know, the free world. Got Donald Trump to thank for that, and Elon Musk. You know, stop buying his flipping cars and stop using his space link thing. And stop cheering when he launches another bloody rocket and damaging the flipping planet. Because he wants to go to flipping Mars. Flipping, you can't live there. There is no living on Mars, whatever you do. All your supplies, you live on Mars, but they have to be brought in. You know? It'll be like the film, you know, Mars. With Matt Damon. You'll be eating potatoes grown in your own shit. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, you tell me. Please leave it in the comments down below. Would you eat your own shit? Potatoes. Oh, totally.